Season 46, War number 9, and we are up against SGA, and this time my team will be Lady D, Chee'ilth and Tigra. I will be taking Path 4 in Section 1, Path 6 in Section 2, Thing and Gorr mini-bosses, as well as the Silk boss with Chee'ilth. It has been a while since I have gotten to use Tigra in War, so I was pretty happy with my assignments. I have quite a few fights to take with her as well. These days I usually need to set up my team around tactic defenders and dealing with those, so having to use Tigra here is a nice change of pace. Starting off here we have a Kindred on the steady build up, Fury and running on fumes nodes, and I will be taking the node with Tigra. Now this matchup is quite simple really. Tigra is one of the better options for Kindred. All I gotta do is just bait special ones and punish them with my heavy attacks, and then nuke them down with a couple specials. Now this Kindred here is unawakened, so there will be no root at the end of the fight, so I don't have to worry about saving a special for that. I can just chain a special 2 into a special 1 and the fight is over. Now the fight was clean, if you ignore the fact that I ate the heavy attack at the start of the fight. That was just me trying to heavy punish their heavy and having the wrong spacing, so that's on me. I'm, I guess, a little bit rusty here. Anyways, next up here we have a Silver Surfer on the steady build up Fury and long distance relationship nodes, and I will be taking the fight with Tigra as well. And any veteran Tigra player here might notice that this node has weakness debuffs, which normally shut down Tigra's miss and unblockable mechanics, but that does not apply to Cosmic Defenders, so she can take this fight just fine without worrying about actually failing to miss that special one. If the defender was anything other but the Cosmic class, those weakness debuffs would prevent the miss mechanic and you wouldn't be able to utilize it throughout most of the fight. Next up we have a Sauron here on the prowess build up unblockable and superior specials node, and I will be taking the fight with Lady D. Now this matchup isn't exactly too difficult to take, but it is scary since a single mistake and you will just get completely nuked by a single unblocked hit from a special attack. The prowesses here, combined with the Daunted from the defense tactic, make this fight extremely lethal, and yeah, you really need to make sure you do not eat these specials directly. Blocking them for the most part is fine so long as you can keep the heal block debuff up on the opponent, otherwise the specials will be unblockable. That said, you can also rely on the taunt from the attack tactic, but I find the heal block being a much more reliable way to shut down any unblockables against mutant defenders, so I won't be keeping a too close of an eye on the actual taunt itself. Now the fight so far is going very well. I haven't made any big mistakes and I'm avoiding most of these specials. Well, I am blocking a hit or two here and there, but that's fine. This special one, blocking a part of it, it's okay, it doesn't hit that hard. The special 2 though, if you happen to push him there, yeah, that would be a lot of chip damage and I didn't wanna deal with that, so luckily Sauron was nice enough to actually spam those special ones, for once at least. Now here we have a Joe Fixit on the prowess build up unblockable and passively special node, and I will be taking the fight with Chee'ilth. Now here I need to try and make sure Joe never throws their special 1, because if they do, I can't avoid it, I have to block it, and if I do, well, he's gonna get a ton of prowess, meaning that basically any blocked hit from a special will just destroy me. So to avoid that, I am doing my best to only push him to his special 2s. I'm just gonna be holding my block, baiting heavy attacks for openings, while he is at below 2 bars, just so he would not throw the special 1. And that said, the way the AI has been recently, they sometimes just throw their special anyways, even if you are just doing nothing but holding block. And had he done it right then and there, before the fight ended, while he had a bar of power, I would have been dead from that special one, since I didn't even have to taunt up from intercepting. So I guess I got lucky he didn't do that, but at the same time the AI shouldn't do that either, but that's a topic for another time. Then next up here we have a thing on the personal space regeneration and enhanced recovery miniboss node, and I will be taking the fight with Tigra. Now this is a matchup that we have sent basically every single war, but I was never lucky enough to actually get this assigned to myself, but that is different today. Essentially, Neutralize from Tigra is gonna be shutting down all the regeneration, unstoppable, unblockable, as well as the placebo buffs from this node, and that basically means this is nothing more than a simple thing fight. That said, he is still a tactic defender, so the specials will root you, and if you get clipped by them, you are very likely gonna die, since Tigra is not tanky enough to eat these. That said, the fight is quite simple to take for any experienced Tigra player, and I gotta say it went pretty well this time around as well. Now, I did take some chip damage there, a little bit more than I wanted to, but that's fine, it was a clean fight. And then we have the infamous Gorr on the Mega Stand, and when I open Miniboss node, and I will be taking this fight with Tigra. And to this day I still see people die into this fight, and you just have to stop. The only way to die here is if you panic and do something stupid when the AI doesn't really follow you exactly, or you try to do something fancy and you mess it up. All you gotta do is just start the fight off with 2 full 5-hit combos to get him cornered, bait and punish the special 1 for the knockdown to remove the Mega Stand node, drop the special 2 and Gorr is dead or very close to it. The spacing for the special 1 is very simple. As soon as he throws it, you just spam your dash back 4 times and charge up your heavy to punish it. That's all there is to it, that's all you need to do. 2 full combos, bait special 1, punish with a heavy, special 2, fight is over. There is no need to do anything fancy like baiting and punishing heavy attacks midfield at the start of the fight, or anything of the sort. Just, it doesn't need to be fancy, it doesn't need to look cool, and even if you drop your senses due to the AI being annoying, it's fine. Just keep baiting special 1s, punishing them with your heavy attack. If you need to reapply your senses, just drop a couple special 1s and keep going. Gorr literally cannot kill you if you just don't panic, take it slow and just repeat until he dies. Anyways, I just had to get that off my chest because I've seen many of my alliance mates die to the same fight as well, and I needed to put it out there. Either way, here we have the final fight of this war, yet another Silk boss that I will be taking with Chee'ilth. Now the game plan here is the same as usual. I just need to make sure I have the taunt up before pushing Silk to a special. Though to start off this fight with, I messed it up. I pushed her to a bar of power when the taunt was very close to expiring. Luckily though, she didn't end up throwing it while the taunt was down, so I live to see at least a little bit more of this specific fight. Now as far as my own specials, I can use any of them, it doesn't really matter which I use or if any, but I will do my best to weave in those special ones here and there for some extra bleeds. But to do so I need to keep an eye on the evade timer as well. If the evade is not on cooldown and I throw a special, it will get fully evaded, and more often than not Silk will punish you for it. Now, since this is a 7-star rank 3 on the boss node, if you get comboed, it's gonna hurt, and I need to keep an eye on my own health bar as well, since that is my most precious resource in this specific matchup, as I need to be able to block those specials without dying to the block damage. That is also why saving Chee'ilth special 3 for this matchup is quite important. If you make any mistakes or you eat too much block damage, you can just save up to your special 3, and once you're a little bit lower, you can just throw the special 3 for the regeneration and then get some more time to close out the fight that way. Now, I am fairly comfortable with this matchup, so it did go very well, apart from the very start of the fight, so I didn't need to rely on the special 3, but it is a nice safety net to have on hand. As for the results, we did end up losing the war 12 to 15. As apparent from the title, SGA did indeed solo us this time around.